Hey y'all, it's Natalie, and I'm on the Cherry on Top vlog today using these really cool new entomology stamps by Tim Holtz for Sizzix, and I wanted to glam them up. I wanted to make them not creepy, okay? I'm sure I'm going to do some really cool Halloween type creepy layouts or something with them, but I wanted to make them cool. So I am talking on the blog about ways to make your layout luxe or luxury, and so I kind of was like channeling a perfume advertisement in Vogue magazine. That's kind of the vibe I'm going for here. Edgy with the bugs, but also like beautiful and special. So I have these photos of my hydrangeas. They don't look like this anymore, but they were gorgeous when they were blooming. And I wanted to highlight them. So I'm just kind of cutting them out as though they're die cuts. And I have three different photos. And next I'm going to make some bug embellishments. You can see I was just playing around, getting to know my stamps, and I made this little rainbow thing, and it's so fun. So stay tuned for, I don't know, whatever I make with that. But I love them. They stamp so perfectly. And so I have some Wow embossing powder. And I have this platinum ink pad by Catherine Pooler, and it worked so beautifully for embossing. So I was really excited about that. I am going to do one by one as far as covering them up with the embossing powder, just because I didn't know how long the ink would stay wet, but it worked really beautifully. I'm actually very thrilled with how that turned out. So I'm going to do each bug individually, then cover it up, but I'm not going to go ahead and like heat set it until I get a few on the page. But they're so intricate and beautiful, and they have matching dies, which I'm really excited about. And so, you could just do one to go with your theme. Like, for example, if you had like an Egyptian themed page, you could do a scarab. That would be so cool. There's bees, so of course the bees would be really, really great, in gold too, for a lot of different layouts. But I mean, I think that's a stink bug. We have a lot of those in our garden, but I don't hate bugs like that. Like, I don't want them crawling on me or anything, but I don't like think that they're not cool. But I was actually just like stamping around making that rainbow stamp, and then I got on Pinterest for some inspiration for my next layout, and like there were all these bugs, and I'm like, okay, the internet is spying on me. But they were bug illustrations like this, but they were made with like a floral pattern and things, and so it just kind of inspired me. So I decided to also use those die cuts not on the stamps, and I'm going to die cut out some of this wood pattern. I go with the one that looks like bark, and kind of mix that in with these gilded bugs. Now, the dies are super intricate, so you really want to line them up well. You might even want to cut them and then stamp. I don't know. That's not the school of thought I usually do, but it might be better. But they really lined up nicely, and I was really happy. In fact, I ended up getting out my precision press. So if you have one of those, they're so intricate that you might want to use your precision die cut pad rather than just like your normal magnetic one, because I find that when I have a really intricate die, that one works better. It's like a mirror, and it cuts really nicely. So another way to elevate this page is that I pulled out some really nice papers. So I have the jewel tones here, so I'm using that 49 to Market background paper. I'm not going to do too much, but I do want to bring the white that I plan to put in the middle kind of out on the layout a little bit more. So that's why I'm using my favorite white linen Delusions spray and just doing a very minimal splatter across the page. And then that will kind of bring the background into the embellishments. I got this really cool embossed paper. It's from Lawn Fawn, and it's a wood grain print. So again, it leans towards the nature kind of vibe that we're going with here with the flowers and the bugs. But it's really nicely embossed. And if you don't have a specialty paper like that, you can just use like an embossing folder and do it. So I'm trying to center it on the page. That's what you see me doing here with my T-square. And I just made it so that the photos line up nicely on it. Continuous piece of paper, not like individual backings on the paper, but I am going to pop each one up. So remember, I kind of cut out some of the insides to make it look like a die cut image. So I'm going to put this foam tape on them so they will be literally elevated off of the page on my elevated luxury page. And then I'm just going to pull off the backing and add more. So I'm just going to do 2 layers so that they're really nice and high off of the page. And that allows me to be able to kind of tuck things under. I do a lot of tucking and nestling because I think that really makes the page look cohesive. Once it makes everything kind of seem intentional, like the bugs are going to be crawling around on the flowers, and I don't mind because they're not going to eat them, they're just making them prettier, right? So I don't know why, but each one kind of has a way that I'm like, this is right. This is not upside down. This is the correct way. And I can't explain why. And I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know how I took the photo to begin with, but I put that on there and I'm like, nope, turn it back around. But I'm really enjoying the way that the die cut look is going. So I'm just going to go in. Oh, another thing I did. So this is a nice and different luxury paper. It's like a pearlescent, and it's another jewel tone color. So it's this lovely ochre yellow. And I just chose a word, kind of like, again, a magazine layout is kind of what I was thinking. So it says iconic, and it just so happened I could put 2 letters on each photo. So that worked really nicely. So I'm kind of grouping the letters with some bugs, and then just, overlapping the photos, but not covering up any of the most prominent flowers. And then not gluing down all of the wings and the legs, because I do want to kind of like give dimension to them and lift them up. So I am really loving how this page came together. Another tip that I offer on the blog is that besides this middle part, we're keeping the layout sleek. I'm not doing anything except for those splatters, because it kind of really allows the inside to pop. And that's another element, I think, of like a luxury good that would be advertised in a magazine. It would have a very sleek look. And so I think that not adding anything else besides in the middle here really helps with that. Of course, one other way that we're making it luxury is by the sparkle and the shine, but in moderation. I'm not a super big moderation kind of gal, but that's why I'm kind of like mixing the heat embossed bugs with the wooden bugs, so that there's a mix and then it's not all sparkle and shine all the time. I do add a few sequins at the end, but I do make a point to tuck them and just put them under little crevices and cracks, so that just a peak of shine and sparkle is peeking out. And again, it's just really nice and subtle. So I hope you enjoy this. This is a little bit outside of my usual page, but I wanted to think of like a unique way to showcase my flowers. I worked really hard on my garden, and this was the first year that it was super exciting. I had a lot of things going. I have all of the plant beds going, but of course there's more to add every year. But they were really popping this year, so I was excited about them, and I wanted maybe a unique way to showcase my florals in my scrapbook. And I don't need any journaling about it really, and not even a date. I put my things in a scrapbook in chronological order, so we'll just know that this was clearly in the spring and or the summer of 2025 when it is living in the 2025 album. That is, of course, whenever I get around to putting things in. I don't even know if I have a 2025 album at this point. I think I do, but I'm not 100% certain. I have a lot of layouts to be put away. And I didn't used to do that. I used to be actually really good about that. I'm not super organized about most things, but I used to be really good. No, friends, not anymore. I got like at least 6 months piled up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to link down below with the products, especially the stamps and dies that are new and so good in the store. If you want to use my affiliate links, I'd appreciate it. And then check me out. I'll put the link to the blog down below as well. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you like and subscribe. Bye, y'all.